That panel has also recommended that the Magu has case to answer and it should be brought to prosecution. Then why is the government delaying?
This and lots more.
Because of that, I'm going to just shoot her, no. Did you see the bike where shoot her, no? When I see the man shoot her, now this man shoot her, no, now this man shoot her. Now this shoot her, no, now this man shoot her, no.
Are you intimidated? I am never daunted. I am a dauntless comrade. All right.
Only on your family FM station, Super 88.1.
Good morning. Thank you for joining. 2 minutes past 9 in Benin City. What's going on? What's happening with you? Thank you so much for joining us this morning on What the Honorable Has to Say. We're live across the South Nigeria online at Super FM. That's online. You can check us out across the socials this morning at Super FM Benin. We're currently live on Facebook and YouTube and, of course, the Twitch TV, all at Super FM Benin. You can join us live right there and get a live feed and see what's going on with us in the live studio. I do this every morning with Honorable Gbenga James. Honorable, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Chuksi, and how are you today?
I'm very good. How are you doing this morning?
Always happy to be back on this beat.
Absolutely.
Yes,
All right,
delighted.
Honorable, apart from the delights that I'm seeing, and this place is well lit up, I want to also ask you, what is going on, Honorable, currently in the political space? I just want to pick your mind a bit.
Oh, well, a lot of things. I think we are almost at the home stretch in the preparation for the elections, and for the political parties and for the respective PCCs, presidential campaign councils, the ones that are really serious about winning the election and know what they are doing. They should be in the locker room cooking up the strategy now, finalizing and ready to deploy those strategy to devastating effects. In the positive sense, when I say devastating effects, I'm not saying cause political tsunami, but do something that will crystallize into your electoral victory.
Okay. All right, Honorable, what do you want to share with us this morning?
All right, and what we want to really talk about this morning, it's something that it's a matter of concern, and I've been worried over it and grown extra strands of gray hair in the last 24 hours over this particular matter. It is titled NDLEA, Endangered Species. This is me wondering aloud, thinking aloud now, and I'm talking about it this morning. Now, let me start with the words of Arnold Glasgow. Arnold Glasgow said something, and it's quite instructive, and that's why I'll be sharing it today. Arnold said, one of the tests of leadership is the ability to recognize a problem before it becomes an emergency. Now, what has happened with NDLEA in the last 24 hours, it's a problem, and it should be duly recognized, because if it is not recognized and dealt with, then it may snowball into becoming an emergency. And without saying too much for justification, for me, I think the National Drug Law and Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has been one of the better stories coming out of Nigeria in recent times, especially since the assumption of office of General Buba Marwa, the former military administrator of Lagos, Nigeria High Commissioner to South Africa, who came in as chairman of NDLEA. It has been declaration of total war against drugs and narcotics in Nigeria, and by extension to the people who handle the value chain of the narcotics and drugs business in Nigeria. That's talking about barons, talking about traffickers, talking about dealers on the street, and in some cases, the users themselves. And you know, there is this thing that is said about crime and criminality, that where you fight crime, crime fights back. And that is what is playing out now with what happened in the last 24 hours in Lagos. Now, let's go through the reports, some of the accounts of what actually happened. Gunmen fire NDLEA operatives, soldiers rescue Lagos baron. I mean, it makes for a very shocking headline to see this. And the body of the story says, suspected gunmen, who are also described as maybe fake security men or officers of security agencies, numbering about 20, on Tuesday ambushed some National Drug Law Enforcement operatives who were trailing a drug baron from the Agege area of Lagos mainland. The operatives were trying to intercept a truck conveying unknown quantities of Canadian loud on Awolowo Road, Ikoyi, Lagos State, around 1 a.m., when they came under a rain of gunfire but the attackers were repelled with the assistance of some soldiers. However, the hoodlums escaped with the Baron, who had been on the watch list of the drug agency for some time. The incident is coming against the backdrop of the arrest of several drug lords and the compiling of their criminal enterprise, leading to seizures of huge quantities of narcotics and other illicit drugs. Now, it's in the public domain that the NDLEA recently froze 126 bank accounts belonging to a suspected drug lord, Unsofo Chukwu Kadibia. The accounts were domiciled in various commercial banks and had cash inflows of 4.3 billion naira and outflows of 7.9 billion naira, while over 50 billion naira had passed through them. The NDLEA also confiscated 20 mansions belonging to the suspected drug baron located in Lagos, Abuja, and the southeast. Now, the story continues that the drug traffickers have been fighting hard against the drug agency's onslaught by launching attacks on its operatives. And this recent attack, which happened about 24 hours ago, was confirmed by the Director of Media and Advocacy, NDLEA, Babafemi, who explained that the agency successfully seized a truckload of Canadian loud during the operation. Other details of this particular story shows that those gunmen numbering about 20 were actually made out to be like officers of security agencies. And to see people like that providing security for a truckload of Canadian loud and for a known drug baron who has been declared wanted, and for them to have the effrontery to open fire on the operatives of the NDLEA, then it shows that narcotic lords, drug lords are now fighting back NDLEA. No doubt, Buba Marwa has been one of the poster boys of this administration. I mean, people in public offices who are acquitting themselves and delivering the mandate of the offices that have been entrusted on their shoulders. These kind of things have a way of deterring. And one may be in order to ask a few questions at this stage, since crime is now fighting back, since drugs and narcotics is now fighting NDLEA back. Now, is this not the time to fortify security around NDLEA and its operatives? We don't want to sit down here someday and there is a breaking news and we start to hear that some NDLEA officials have either been abducted or have been shot dead while they are doing their legitimate and noble duty of fighting drugs. We want a world and a society that is drug-free, that is narcotics-free. A lot of young stars with great potentials to shape the form and the size of this world. We've lost them to the menace of drugs and narcotics. And if that is going to stop, we need guys like the NDLEA guys to continue to be able to carry out their job well protected, well secured. Now, is it also not in order for a bigger security allocation to be made available for NDLEA so that they can continue to successfully carry out this battle that they must win against narcotics and drugs? Good morning. This is what the Honorable has got to say this fantastic Wednesday morning.
All right, the 11th of January to Wednesday, and we've just
Is
passed...
the countdown starting now? Why you remind me of date? You take my mind back to Christmas. Are we counting down already?
I will start shortly, Honorable. Just keep your fingers crossed. All right. Anywho, let's get to it right now. Join us on the show 0705 5129 881 or 0705 5727 881. That is how to join us this morning on the show. You can send a WhatsApp message to 0705 9676 881. Those are the numbers to join on the show. Good morning. Hello, is anybody home? Okay, call me back. 0705 5129 881 or 0705 5727 881. That's the number to call. WhatsApp or text is 0705 9676 881. That's the WhatsApp number. You can join this conversation across the socials this morning. Facebook, Twitter, at Super FM Benin. We are live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and also live on the Twitch TV, so you can join us across any of this platform that works better for you at Super FM Benin. Just one word. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay.
I think the connection is
Doing scrooge this morning.
a bit awful this morning.
Hello, good morning. Is anybody home? Okay.
Or is drug fighting back? Is narcotics also fighting back on the airwaves?
0705 5129 881 or 0705 5727 881. That's the number. 0705 5129 881 or 0705 5727 881. Those are the
Now,
numbers
for
to join.
better understanding and articulation of my depth of concern on this development of attack on the NDLA operatives, it's another form of insecurity. You see, the guys, we call them bandits, we call them insurgents, we call them by whatever inglorious name. Most often than not, they are high on some of these narcotic substances.
Yeah.
Like in this case now, we are talking about Canadian Loud. They get high on some of this before they get this mindless gut, to carry out the heinous crimes. So if we are able to stop the drugs from thriving in Nigeria, we may also
Probably
be
able to stop quite a number of
banditry,
things.
insurgency.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm Meka Joseph calling from the Casa.
All right, Joseph, please go ahead.
Please, I want, in fact, NDLA for some time now, they've been doing a very great nice job. Please, I would like the federal government to build a high tension wall of security around about them. They should give them everything they need to make sure that they keep the good work going. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning on the show. 0705 5129 881 0705 5727 881. That's how to join us this morning via the phone lines. Now, if you want to send a text or WhatsApp to join the show, 0705 9676 881. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Promise.
Uh,
From Medica.
Promise from Medica, please go ahead. Hello? Okay. Promise do the corners back, please.
You know, Chuksi, if you take a good look, before this recent galvanized onslaught of NDLA against drugs, narcotics, the dealers, the barons, and all that, it had almost become fanciful for young ones in our society to mess with drugs. You go to clubs or some places of entertainment, you see a lot of young people messing with a lot of substances. I mean, you feel the smell wafting through the air everywhere.
The entire atmosphere.
We need to stem this tide because it jeopardizes the future. These young ones are supposed to be the leaders tomorrow.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Hello, good. My name is Ero.
Your name is?
Ero.
All right, Arrow, please go ahead.
Yes. Let's go. Let me go. Anything I'm going to say is what I think, not what people think or how people look at it. But this NDLA, yes, they are supposed to be supported, but I feel there are still bad eggs inside the NDLA. Okay, let's use this as a case study. This one that just happened 24 hours ago. Who gave that man the information that they were after him? For him to have gathered that kind of a crowd, among crowds, about 20 people to fight them back, someone must have given out that information. So firstly, they have to, on their own, they are doing a very good job, but firstly, they have to, on their own, sanitize that organization.
Okay.
Then, I think I heard you said yes, the man had a name, but it's not a ghost. I heard you said he got his name.
No, that's the person they recently arrested. Yeah.
Okay, okay. They don't know the drug barrel. They don't know his name now.
His name has not been given yet.
His name has not been given, but his name is on the list of those who have been declared wanted by NDLA. So they know him. He's been on their watch list.
Yes.
He's been on their watch list.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. If they know him and he lives in Nigeria, so they can they arrest him without holding? They already know that it's a drug baron. Can they arrest him? Because that's why things are not working in this country. Because this person knows this person. He knows this person on this high. I don't know how to use it. The word to use. I know somebody that is at the high ranking, so I cannot be touched. Because this is what we are talking about. They pay. They pay to make this. Sorry to use the word pay. I've been a PA to so many people. I know how a PA works. When a new commissioner, sorry to digress. When a new commissioner comes to like where I stay in Benin, we go there, give them something just to recognize us. So in case this something happens, we can call them and say, okay, and so person, PA to so person, so look at what has happened. No, so I go scot-free from that case. I'm not trying to say still in another, but there are certain minorities that you just call the new commissioner that comes to Benin, and you are.
Well, I don't understand. Which commissioner are you talking about? Because
please, we'll need clarity on that. I don't know what you mean by you go and see the commissioner. Are you stating on the radio that you go and give commissioner something?
Because I don't understand.
We need to
and
get
that
clarity
you
on
get
that.
people who have done some infractions of the book.
So please clarify that, okay? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Musa.
Okay, Musa, where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Benin, Adwoa.
All right, please go ahead, Musa.
Yeah, my humble submission is this. Like your guest there posited. Ordinarily, you will discover that recently, what you see today is abuse of these drugs by youth and even underage. When you go around, whether I want to call it job as a result of a joblessness, I don't really know. You see young boys. There's a place I live in Lagos. If you go there, you hardly see a young boy that does not have a blue tongue or a blue lips. At a point, I started asking, is Baba Blue, if they make person mouth the blue like this? Until somebody took me through what was happening. It's so pathetic, so disturbing, that at a time like this, when ordinarily the people should be dependent on the generation to come, the supposed generation that you are expecting to come and salvage situations are seen wasting away. So I want to first commend Buba Mawa or whatever what is his name. I can't spell it out clearly. I know it's Mawa something. So I want to first appreciate him, commend him for the job well done. I also commend his team. However, one also appeal to the federal government to give them the necessary support, because the truth is this: every crime you see today, whatever you call it, whether banditry, kidnapping, these guys don't do it with mere eyes. They go to first get themselves high to a level that they now begin to see humans as pigs, as dogs, as animals, as it were, before they can unleash whatever they want to unleash. So these guys, they are now like soft targets for these guys. So they certainly will fight back to ensure that they win the day. But again, if these guys are well armed, are well supported, I want to believe teams would have a better shape, and a lot will be defined through this kind of fight. Honestly,
thank you.
Going to what the last caller was wanting to say just now, I just want to give you the cap kind of. I think some persons will always want to do it like institutionally, like there's a new commissioner of police in the state. Let's go and pay our homage for relevance, for identification, for recognition reasons. However, they pay the homages is left for them. So that when things happens, you can easily get on now with the year. I want to also quickly say this, sir. See, I had an issue in my office recently. I was shocked the way police actually responded. And I told myself, if security agencies can actually respond like this and do the right thing, like the way they did on this particular case that concerns me, I want to believe the issue of insecurity in the country would have been long gone.
Okay.
I knew what left my pocket to ensure that they do what they needed to do. But again, do we really need to spend this much to get them to do what they need to do?
Oh, so you mean they were motivated?
You said?
You mean they were motivated from your pocket?
From my pocket, sir. I've been seriously motivated. When I say not just motivated, seriously motivated.
Okay.
You understand me? To get them to do what they need to do. They started giving me options of which they can use to track whatever that who they need to track, who they need to apprehend. And I'm talking about hours. This thing was done. A guy, just to give you an insight, a guy in my office made away with about 5 million naira of my capital, and we were on the trail of this guy. The way the police responded shocked me. So when they started telling me some certain things, I was like, so this thing they work for Nigeria, but they needed you to get them motivated to do it. Someone even told me, said, now money, they bring money.
All right, thank you so much.
Anyway, maybe for some other day, so that we don't get distracted from the point of discussion this time around, we'll look into it. If Nigerians have started paying for police services, we'll find out.
Yeah,
but again, we are looking at NDLEA today and attack on NDLEA.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mr. On the line.
All right.
The Honorable, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Mr. On, where are you calling us from, please?
Well, I'm from Benin, actually, I worry precisely.
Oh, go ahead.
Honorable, Happy New Year, first of all.
All right, same to you, bro.
Yeah, like the other callers have said, I will just say mine in a nutshell. The truth is this: if the federal government know what they are doing, I don't think the drug barons will have a say in our country. I don't think a drug baron will have a house in our country. I don't think the drug baron will even have an account worth billions and trillions of naira in our country. Why I say this is that, you see, not that this NDLEA do not know the areas they have to go to. It's because most especially in the news here, there's always settlement to certain things. If you go to clubs in Benin, you need to see the abuse of drugs. Don't tell me they don't know. They do. You need to see young youth who are abusing drugs. Don't tell me they don't know. They know. These drugs do not appear wherever it needs to get to. They go through the road. They go through the land. People carry them along. What are you doing to stop them? We are talking about Lagos. In Benin, here we are. Let us come back home. In Benin, we haven't heard that they have caught one person. And this thing is growing stronger, waxing higher every blessed day, my brother. Go out there, go to the psychiatric hospitals and see youth underage that are turning something else. Who are the leaders who will now cry back to tomorrow to make this nation stronger? I rest my case, Honorable.
All right, thank you so much. Well, let me get a WhatsApp now. Good morning, Mr. Honorable. NDLEA showed drug barons Shege for Nigeria last year, so I'm not surprised. Evo is fighting back. Douglas is joining us all the way from Taraba State. Thank you, Douglas. This one says, good morning, Trixie and Honorable. I think the big fishes in the government sector are behind these attacks because they know how much they make out of these at the detriment of the youth and the minors in the street. Do you remember Dora Akunyili when she passed through what she passed through before she died? Some persons are bent on destroying this country at all costs. That's what Lolo is saying on WhatsApp. Now, this is not the NDLEA. They've been doing so much. Now, I need to say something here. We paid a courtesy visit at some point last year to the state office, to the state command, yeah. And one of the things that they said to us was the NDLEA, they are not after drug abusers. I think that we should get that clear.
No, you see, they made clarification that for drug abusers, they are interested in getting them rehabilitated.
That's what I wanted to say.
But the main object of attack, where they have to stop it, is the barons, the dealers. They are the facilitators of narcotics.
Exactly.
And the devastating effect of narcotics is incalculable.
I just wanted to clear that because you see someone maybe doing drugs on the street. Don't think that the NDLEA will come and just throw that person in prison.
That's not. Maybe they would just want to rehabilitate
that person.
Such a person.
But
who we have to stop is the dealer. If it is not available in the market, then there will be no users.
Oh, by the way, because someone said if the federal government knows what they are doing, drug barons do not own homes and all this.
They own homes all over the world.
I wanted to say
they own homes all over the world.
Just yesterday, one of the 10th most wanted drug baron in the world, was just arrested yesterday. He's been hiding for more than 7 years now, right? I read the story online.
Pablo Escobar was chased, hunted by FBI for God
years.
knows how many years,
For
decades,
years.
before they eventually
You know, so
got him.
this is
So it's not an exclusive
not a Nigerian
of Nigeria.
thing.
It's not a Nigerian thing.
It's a global thing, and that's why recently, you know, agencies across the world are now partnering with each other to smoke at these persons, and that's why
a global problem. It's a global pandemic,
and that's why you are beginning to see that at different airports across the world, there is a coordinated effort for people coming into the country
sections and
or
officials
going out of the country,
Yeah.
to be nabbed and all of that. So it's not a Nigerian problem in itself. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your name, sir?
Yes, sir. This is Isos. I'm calling from Oguda. Right?
All right, Isos, go ahead, please.
At the beginning of this conversation, I thought maybe I don't have anything to say. I just found out that I picked up someone last year who wanted to be a policeman, who was telling me that several NDLEA will boss these drug dealers. And then 2 weeks later, those people will be released and back into selling drugs to teenagers and destroying their lives. So sometimes I feel that the government, in fact, every time the government is involved, because that they don't know they are hiders. I pick up people and drop them at Tiaman, then buy drugs. These are the government does not know that they are selling drugs at Tiaman, they are sellers. After some time, right now, there's a good reading that the policeman was describing for us, was telling people that all the guys here, they are drug addicts. Some of them, they are not even themselves anymore. They said, but the last time they bust, a week later, people were back there operating before as if nothing ever happened. This is our government that's looking a blind eye to these things, because these things are destroying lives in this country.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me just get our last message for WhatsApp, and then we'll wrap things up, all right? Because it's 9:28 in Benin City. All right, it's DJ YCT Worldwide. It says, good morning, Chixie and Mr. Honorable Gbenga James. I have been listening to you on this issue of drugs. If there must be a stop to it, then it must start from security agency, because almost all the security agencies in charge of drug trafficking in Nigeria are into bribe collecting. I'm speaking from experience. 8 years ago, when I was into drugs, I got arrested and got out immediately because money is involved. Drug baron in Nigeria are very meaningful and connected. If drug must end, then it must start from government. Well, thank you, DJ YCT, for joining us. DJ YCT currently is not in Nigeria at the moment. Well, this is, I think it's in Brazil, right? Okay, so this is where I would make a few of my personal opinions in terms of what I have observed, right? This one says, greetings, Super FM. Nigeria police are usually mobilized to do their jobs by the complainants. Whenever a crime is reported at the police station, okay, I don't want to get into all of that. Well, here is what I was going to say, Honorable Gbenga James. Now, club owners and as someone actually said earlier, you know, they have personnel. Most of them have police personnel, you know, attached to those places for law and order, you know. But just recently, the case of in Lagos, Bolanle Rahim happened in Lagos, and you know, as it stands, the Nigeria Police, the National House of Assembly, the Senate, they're proposing for police officers to start going through a drug test and all this. The Honorable Gbenga sometime last year also said that those seeking for political offices should also be subjected to go through drug tests.
Some of them are abusers of drugs too.
They should also be subjected to go through. So this menace, as we say, it's not just a youth thing.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a youth thing. No. It's a Nigerian thing. And so
it's a societal thing.
Yeah, and it cuts across all sectors, every strata. And so we must join hands with the NDLEA, who, by the way, my opinion, under this current administration, they've done marvelously well.
Marvelously. And let me quickly say something here. You know, we say in every 12 there is a Judas. I'm not saying there will be no pockets of complicit officers here and there. But on the scale of frequency of arrest, successful operations, and all that. I think NDLEA, they have shown that they've been above board. They have done so well. So if there are pockets of incidences of where joints are raided and in no time they are back in business, maybe monies have exchanged hand, I'm not contesting it and I'm not validating it at the same time. But again, let us provide adequate security now that drugs and narcotics is fighting back. And this time around, the object of attack is NDLEA operatives.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Gbenga James. That's how much we can take today. Do we have the quick roll call for those that called in this morning? All right. Well, thank you everyone who called into the show today. We'll do this again tomorrow, 9:30 on the clock. Good morning.
B City was good, was popping. More music, more variety, and you're checking it out. Another one on Super FM.